welcome to a tiny bit of a challenge that I have devised for myself this patch. If you wanna play along, you're genuinely welcome to do so. If you wanna show your creations to me, you can always join my Discord. We have a channel for Infinity Nikki pictures. And plenty of people in my Discord did actually decide to play along, so this was a lot of fun. Anyway, so we're in patch 2.4, and I have done a dessert-themed challenge last patch, and I have done over 20 outfits in it, I believe. I don't remember the exact number, but that was way too much. So this time I'm cutting my challenge down to 10 different outfits, which technically you can do in a day, considering that you have 10 outfit codes that you can generate, or 10 outfits that you can upload into the lookbook. So, what kind of themes do we have in this challenge? Well, the first theme is Red Riding Hood. Because, well, that's the theme of the patch. You'll find that a lot of these have something to do with the patch. Second one is Red from the Hood, due to all of the jokes that people were making about the rifle. Third is Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, because, you know, playing with that dynamic of what looks soft and sweet and what looks dangerous is a lot of fun. Fourth is Wolf Revealed. Fifth is The Hunter. Sixth is The Hunted. Seventh is Dark Forest Fairytale. Eighth is Emo Behemoth, because of how the banner wolf keeps on being perceived. Ninth is Where the Wild Roses Grow, because of the overlying theme of the whole banner. It's like super decorated with roses, but also there is a murder ballad by that exact name, so if you wanna look up a song from 1990s, you're welcome, go ahead and do it. And the 10th topic is Slumber Party, because the banner comes with a giant bed with plush wolves and books. So, Slumber Party! It's a mini fun thing that you can do with me, or you can just watch this video. I made 2 extra rule sets. You can choose to follow or not. If just adhering to the themes is too easy, you can also limit yourself to using free items only. I did not, because filtering what is free in the game and what isn't takes a lot of brain space, more than I sometimes want to invest. And the second rule set is 3 and 2-star items only. So you can't exceed the 3-star item, and that rule set I am using. I am also making sure that the makeup that I put on my Nikki is free makeup only, so that I don't over-elevate these outfits, considering that I'm trying to make them from 3 and 2 stars only. We're starting here with my number 1 submission, which is Red Riding Hood. I am aware that her hood is green. You can't recolor that. The closest to red was a pink one, and thematically it looked a lot worse. At the very least, with the green hood, I am matching with whatever kind of vegetable that she has in her basket. To take pictures for this one, I decided to do a little bit of a story where Red Riding Hood is taking her basket to her grandma. So there is a picture of where she just recently left town. You can still see like a town wall. Then there is another picture where she's looking a bit more lost, confused, worried, because she can hear noises inside the forest, and that can be very spooky and frightening when you're in the forest yourself. And in the last picture, she finds the source of the noises, and it is a random half-naked guy dancing on a tree stump. She asks herself, is this really reasonable? Welcome to Red from the Hood. And I apologize in advance. So just so you know, one of the free makeups is panda makeup, which makes your Nikki look very, very tired. A lot of people like using that as a meme, so I decided I'm gonna join in. Secondly, the only 3-star handhelds that look remotely dangerous is a toy sword and a syringe. What is the overlying thread here? It's the same Nikki, the same hair. It's still red, hence Red Riding Hood and Red from the Hood, despite the fact that Red Riding Hood's hood was not red. They might be calling her that because of her hair. Well, Red from the Hood. Red that grew up in the hood. Fared a little bit less well than Red Riding Hood that had a nice grandma to care to and was able to live in the countryside. Red from the Hood got addicted. You can insert whatever addiction you want in here into her syringe yourself. The fact that she is carrying around a syringe shows an addiction that's bad enough. She wanders Wishfield, scaring the random passerbys as she waits around to perhaps offer other people her services, whatever services those might be, or perhaps buy a bit more product. Her days are spent lost and away from the warmth that normal people in Wishfield are so used to enjoying with their family and friends. Next up, we have Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. This is my third outfit. And look at her! She's so floofy. She's so innocent. She's so off-white, where it's the kind of color that your parents may have selected for their walls, because it kind of symbolizes that warmth while not being overly aggressive with it. There's nothing off about her. Don't check what's underneath her hat. Don't look too deeply into her yellow eyes. Don't take into account the shape of her feet. Just enjoy the calm idea that everything is okay. There are so many nice sheeps in the world, and nobody's trying to take them away. Nobody's trying to eat them. Nobody's being a little bit predatory. And here is my wolf revealed. You see, she wasn't so innocent after all. She was looking to seduce you, or your husband, or your wife, or your polyamorous partners, or anyone that you have ever seen outside. She be prowling out there. She be prowling out there pretending to be all nice and innocent until one day you encounter her in her nightie after for some reason having dyed her feet, because I wanted the feet and the ears to match, and you can't dye the ears, and that is definitely a problem for me when it comes to this particular roleplay. So, bottom line is, don't get enticed by the innocent wolf in sheep's clothing. Don't go to their bedroom, and definitely don't lie down on that bed. Don't allow yourself to be invited, for after hanky panky, she might eat you. She is the half wolf. I don't know what you want me to say. Time for the hunter! And once again, 3 stars don't really have a lot of very interesting handhelds, so my hunter's a paparazzi, which is fine. I can work with that. I can have a little story going. So effectively, this video is literally me sitting here playing pretend with virtual dolls, but it's fun. So that's all that matters. Anyway, she is ready for anything. She dresses comfortably. She wears her breakfast t-shirt, though she does have quite a professional jacket on top, but that's probably more for warmth. If you look too deeply into her eyes, you might notice that she is a little bit tired, for she has been stalking this celebrity for quite a while now, trying to get just the right picture in order to be able to sell it to the newspapers, but she hasn't quite managed to do so yet. She has tried stalking the celebrity's hotel, and she found out that the celebrity has already left the hotel, and she didn't notice. Oh my word, she ran across the bridge towards where the celebrity was supposed to be performing in BibCon's Chuckle Club, for that is literally the only nightclub that we have inside Infinity Nikki. I can't wait for a modern setting, just that we're able to spin more interesting stories. She ran there full speed, and she was too late. The celebrity has already gone inside, so she is stuck there standing underneath the cold lamp light, waiting throughout all of her evening, hoping to catch the celebrity unaware for when she will inevitably have to leave the club. For the hunted, we have a celebrity. She's rich, probably from a well-off family. She knows how to dress tastefully, yet she still accessorizes. She shines in the light, but kind of subtly. Just kind of gives you that hint of true meaning of wealth. And you see, she is a popular singer. Of what genre? Quite specifically, I don't know. I have not been invited to one of her concerts, unfortunately. Her stage name is Georgia Rose. Or Rose plays a nice amount of theming inside this patch. Don't ask me to come up with my storyline for people that I invented 2 seconds ago. Anyway, Georgia Rose has been a very intelligent girl. For before going out, she looked around outside of her room, and she saw when the paparazzi went away to have a little bit of a toilet break, and she has snuck out, and she managed to hurry all the way to BibCon's Chuckle Club without being noticed. She felt very lively and happy while entering the club, for she got all the way there without being caught by the paparazzi, and she managed to have her very own star performance. It was the best performance of the night. Now it's time for Dark Forest Fairytale, and let me introduce you to Vampire Cowboy Nikki. Because what's more dark than vampires, who participate in fairy tales quite often, and Western is also a popular genre that oftentimes also gets to be imaginary, so I thought, why not throw it to the mix? Who stalks the Titans' graves? Vampire Cowboy Nikki. Whose true love failed to save? Vampire Cowboy Nikki. You probably shouldn't drink and drive or something, and definitely don't be in the graveyard in the middle of the night, or you might meet Vampire Cowboy Nikki. She's not very sane, she is quite bloodlusty, she is a walking corpse, for she is a vampire Cowboy Nikki. It's a new day, a new me, and welcome to Emo Behemoth. I decided to put her side by side with my actual Emo Behemoth that I have over here, and I also took her to the Behemoth training place in order to summon my Emo Behemoth and take some screenies with him. I think we did quite alright in general, both me and my Emo Behemoth and the Emo Behemoth that I am. I think we're color matching quite well. I chose to go for a rather ripped look because in the game the Emo Behemoth is rather battle worn, so it seemed appropriate, and I went for the head covering that comes from the Raising Your Baby Behemoth event. So it seemed fitting for an emo behemoth to look like a baby behemoth. If I could color it black, I would have colored it black, but unfortunately black is not a color that 3-star pieces get in Fold. That being said, that head covering, finding hair that goes with it, is incredibly difficult because most hair will not get cold and it will just stick directly through the sides. I am very happy that I did find a 3-star haircut that gets properly deleted instead of just sticking through the hat. And this is where wild roses grow. I decided to go with a very songy interpretation. She is the rose. And one of the reasons why I selected to go for 3 and 2-star items but not free to play only is because this is a store dress. A lot of store dresses are 3-star dresses, and she is gorgeous. She is absolutely gorgeous, especially when colored in red. If you're gonna go with the rule set of 3 items only and not just 3 and 2-star items only, you will also get a lot of free sets from 4 stars, like ability outfits and also miracle outfits. They tend to also be really gorgeous. So if you're not limiting yourself to 3 items only and 3 and 2-star items only at the same time, what I'm trying to say is you can get very sparkly outfits. And I wanted to do at least some sparkly outfits. Plus, it's a lot easier to not have to check absolutely your full wardrobe on whether the item that you're currently using is free or whether you bought it at some point and forgot about it. Anyway, just like in the song, she is the rose, she is the beauty, she is the one that dies, and it plays on the romanticism of death itself and murder. And obviously in real life these kind of things are not romantic, but we're not in real life, we're in a game, which means that we can over romanticize, over rosify that sort of situation, which you definitely should not do with like real people and real tragedies. It's the same as during the patch cycle where the whole theater burned down. The final evolution of a dress, according to Nikki, should have had flames on it. Very romantic. Not very nice for any kind of direct, real tragedy. You know what I mean. For photographing this set, I decided to take her to the Swan Gazebo, and the first photo is as if she is just a flower in bloom. She is wearing red, she's wearing white, she is beautiful, she is next to roses. In the second picture, it's as if somebody has been stalking her or she saw something that she didn't like. It's nighttime, she's feeling vulnerable. Nikki looks scared. And in the third picture, in order to not be overly grim, she's trying to escape the frame. It's like, oh, wait, there is a wall here? Why is there a wall? What kind of story am I in? And considering that this patch is all about stories, that seemed to be overly fitting. So on to the last set, which is a bit more cheery. We go. It's Slumber Party! And welcome to one of the 2 massive beds that I have now as placeable objects. I don't really know what to do with them, but at least it serves as a prop in this video, so they received some use, like 30 seconds worth of use. I was still in the Swan Gazebo for pictures for this one, so I decided to painstakingly try and place the bed onto the pavement in Swan Gazebo. It didn't want to go down because the bed's too big for the pavement, but eventually I managed to. And Nikki is just, you know, inviting you to have a nice summery slumber party under the open air in the Swan Gazebo with a giant bed. One thing about the slumber party set is the whole point of slumbering in pajamas is that you're not overdressed. You don't wear a lot of accessories when going to bed. Of course, like, you would take all jewelry off, which means that making a slumber party set in a game is actually quite difficult because you want to accessorize it, you want to place all sorts of bedazzlements on it, and you really shouldn't, because the whole idea is that it is clothing that you sleep in. I think I did well. I went with, I think it was a top-up dress that is very loose, and I think it was meant for slumbering, and I decided to put this kind of sheer outerwear on top of it. It looks comfy. Nikki looks comfy, and she's wearing giant slippers. This is not my only set of giant 3-star slippers, but this one went a lot better with the set color-wise, so giant owlbird slippers they are, and they stuck with Nikki's original hair and just recolored the bow onto them. And there you have it! That's me theming 10 outfits to do with the patch, using only 3 and 2-star items. If you want to do anything similar to this, you're welcome to do it for yourself. You can post it on Reddit or Instagram or Twitter or wherever, or TikTok. Like, do with this theming whatever you want. You don't need to mention or at me if you don't want to. You can just have a fun little challenge for yourself, or you can at me, or you can just do it yourself and never post it anywhere. If you want to, once again, there is a Discord link in the description down below. You can come into my Discord. We have a section for Infinity Nikki pickies, so if you wanted to show me your stylings, that's where you definitely can do that. Like, that is where it would be very easy to catch me in order to do that. If you're a new player watching this video, don't buy things for yourself just because you feel bad that your closet doesn't have a lot of items. I was able to undertake this challenge fairly well because I've been playing for over a year. It's not just store-bought stuff. Infold gives 1 to 2 sets for free normally every single patch cycle, and these items, even on the simpler side, even if we never engage with banners and don't look at the free pulls that we get, if we never buy from the store, it's just these items, they do add up. So over time, when you're purchasing, when you're not purchasing, when you're just playing, when you're just playing the game, you're just gonna accumulate more and more pieces to play around with. So you can't play this game entirely free to play, and you won't really lack outfits as long as you're playing it actively and you're collecting those 1 to 2 outfits every single month. And of course there's miracle outfits, there's ability outfits, all of this adds up. So if you're new, don't rush into the store, don't rush into the banner. Get a grip around the game and play around with what you have, and I assure you what you have is gonna expand over time as you play it. So yeah, this was a fun challenge to do. Thank you so much for watching. I'll probably make a couple more just for funsies videos this month. Maybe a bit more styling, maybe looking at other people's styling, maybe memes, just because I need a couple of lighter days at the very least. My mental health demands it, and I want to have fun with the game too. And this is my way of having fun with the game too. I get to create little storylines based on little prompts that I made, and it is a lot of fun to do, especially when you challenge yourself to do something differently than you would normally be doing things. So yeah, I hope I'm gonna see you around on my other videos. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. Thank you for giving me a monthly budget to play around with. And I hope I'm gonna see you all in my other videos, including more serious ones. It's not all gonna be like fun and games, but yeah. I hope I'm gonna see you in my other videos the next time. Toodaloo.